Hello everyone. In this video, we study about inverse Laplace transform by convolution theorem. First, we define the statement of the theorem. The statement says like this: if inverse transformation of f bar of s equal to f of t and the inverse Laplace transformation of g bar of s equal to g of t, then the convolution of the function is given by the convolution of function f of t and g of t is given by, so it is f of t star g of t, where this star represents convolution of function f and g, or else we call it as inverse transformation of f bar of s with g bar of s, and it is given by the expression integral 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u, and the variable is du. So this is the statement of convolution theorem. Using this, we find out the inverse Laplace transformation of the given function. So we study about a working rule now, how to solve a given problem by using the statement of this theorem. So moving to the working rule. The very first step is express the given function f of s in terms of f bar of s and g bar of s. So the next step is find the inverse transformation of f bar of s and call that as f of t. On the same lines, find the inverse transformation of g bar of s and call it as g of t. The next step, apply the convolution theorem. Apply the convolution theorem. So I take this statement now. It is inverse transformation of f bar of s product with g bar of s be equal to integral 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u du. And the next step is we have to evaluate the convolution integral to find inverse transformation of f bar product with g bar is nothing but your capital F of s. So these are the steps we need to follow in order to solve the problem. We solve one example on this. Example. Find the inverse transformation of 1 by s into s plus 2 whole cube. So first we write down the given data. So given capital F of s is 1 upon s into s plus 2 whole cube. So the very first step, we have to decompose this into f and g. So now let f bar of s be equal to 1 upon s plus 2 whole cube and g bar of s equal to 1 by s. So we just decomposing f of s into f bar of s and g bar of s. If we take a product of f bar and g bar, so we get f of s. And the next step is we have to find out the inverse transform for f bar and g bar. So this implies inverse transformation of f bar of s is equal to the inverse transformation of f bar is 1 by s plus 2 whole cube It is given by e to the power of minus 2 times t into inverse transformation of 1 by s cube. I used standard inverse Laplace transformation forms, and which in turn gives that e to the power of minus 2 times t into inverse transformation of 1 by s cube is t square by 2 factorial. So which imply that inverse transformation of f bar of s is equal to t square times e to the power of minus 2t by t. But we call inverse of f bar of s is f of t. So we have found an expression for f of t. Same way, we have to find out the expression for g of t now. So now I find out the inverse for g bar of s. So this implies inverse transformation of g bar of s is equal to inverse transformation of g bar of s is 1 by s. So inverse of 1 by s transformation is 1. So this implies that inverse of g bar of s is equal to g of t, and the value of g of t is equal to 1. So now we got an expression for f and t. It is f of t and g of t. Now the next step is we have to apply the convolution theorem. So consider the statement of the convolution theorem. Now, from convolution theorem, we have the inverse transformation of f bar of s into g bar of s is equal to integral 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u into du. Now I substitute f bar and g bar values. It is inverse of f bar of s into g bar of s. It is given by 1 by s into s plus 2 whole cube will be equal to integral 0 to t f of u. If f of t is t square into e to the power of minus 2t by 2, so this should be 2. So it is f of u will become u square into e to the power of minus 2u by 2 into g of t minus u. If g of t is 1, it doesn't matter what the variable changes, the function is always 1. So it is g of t minus u value is 1 into du. So now to evaluate this integral, I make use of the Bernoulli rule of integration. So this implies inverse transformation of 1 upon s into s plus 2 whole cube be equal to, so 1 by 2 is constant, I can keep it outside. I apply the Bernoulli rule of integration. So it is first function into integration of second function minus differentiation of first function into twice the integration of second function, again plus differentiation of first function, so thrice the differentiation of first function into twice now this implies inverse transformation of 1 upon s into s plus 2 whole cube will be equal to 1 by 2 is constant into, apply the Bernoulli rule of integration, first function into integration of second minus differentiation of first into twice the integration of second, again plus one more time differentiation, it is 2u differentiation will become 2 into first, second, and thrice the integration of e power minus 2u is e to the power of minus 2u by 4 into minus 2, it will be minus 8. So between the limits 0 to t. So it is 1 upon 2 into, here the constant is 1 minus 1 by 2 into upper limit minus lower limit. So this should be t square into e to the power of minus 2 times t minus lower limit will become 0. And again 2 by 4 means it is minus 1 by 2 is constant into u into e to the power of minus 2u between the limits 0 to t. So this should be like t times e to the power of minus 2 times t minus lower limit is 0, again plus. Here 2 and 8 get cancels, that becomes minus 1 by 4 times e to the power of minus 2u between 0 to t. It is e to the power of minus 2 times t minus e to the power of 0. Now I simplify this. This becomes minus t square e to the power of minus 2t by 2 into 2, it will be 4. Again minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, it is 1 by 4. It is t times e to the power of minus 2t by 4. Again 1 by 2 into 1 by 4, it will become minus 1 by 8 into e to the power of minus 2t. Again minus into minus, it is plus. 1 by 2 into 1 by 4, it is 1 by 8 into e to the power of 0. E power 0 is 1. So this is the required inverse Laplace transformation for the function 1 upon s into s plus 2 whole cube. So using the statement of the convolution theorem, we found out the inverse Laplace transformation for the given function. So in the upcoming sessions, we solve some more problems on convolution theorem. Thank you all.